Hi, I'm Chef Gail Sokol and welcome to my kitchen. We are making a special treat for my Hanukkah friends who celebrate Hanukkah, or for anybody that loves little fried donuts but doesn't want to go through the trouble of making donuts with the holes in it and cutting it out and letting them rise if you make yeasted donuts. Although you can make quick bread donuts that do not have any yeast in them, these are super fast. These are apple fritters, just little bites of apple inside, super fast. And I have an excellent video with caramel sauce that you can serve them with. They are awesome. They take only a short time to make. And as you can see, I'm frying them in a little tiny pot because they only make a few, but it's awesome. So before we get started, I want you to click that notification button, friends. I really want you to become a subscriber. And I want you to see all of my tips and videos because they're really, really good, and I love having you in my kitchen. I love baking with you. So let's get started. I have about 2 or 3 inches of oil on my pot. I have an induction hot plate, but what you want to do is you want to get this to about 350, and it's almost there. And now I want to do the 2-bowl method. We're going to make a quick batter. And it's really almost like a thicker pancake batter, and it's going to be delicious little fritters. And I even have a station that they're going to drain with paper towels on a sheet pan ready. And I even have some confectioner's sugar that we can roll them in after. If you like cinnamon sugar, you can do that as well. So 2 bowls, all right? So in my first bowl, I am going to blend in 1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to blend in 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Yeah, cornstarch, right? Why is she using cornstarch? Cornstarch, when you fry things like tempura, actually makes everything super, super crisp. So we're hoping that this will help my apple fritters get nice and crispy. And I just substituted a little bit of cornstarch for the flour, just a little bit, and I'm going to whisk that in there. And then I'm going to do 1/2 cup of granulated sugar right in with my dry ingredients. And then I'm going to put in 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. We really want them to rise and they're not going to get huge, but they're going to puff up. And then we're going to have 1 1/2 teaspoons of apple pie spice, which is basically the spice that has everything you ever wanted for an apple in it already. Cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, ginger. It's in there. You don't have to worry about it. And then I put in a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to put that in there. And I'm reading to you because I've made several iterations of these apple fritters, and this really works the best. So once my beautiful dry ingredients, and I can smell those beautiful spices, I'm going to sort of set that aside. And now I'm going to concentrate on my wet ingredients. And then we're going to add the dry into the wet and then into the fat fryer with everybody. All right, so in here I have 2 large eggs, the whole egg. And then I have 3/4 cup of whole milk. You can use any milk you want. If you like coconut milk, if you like oat milk, do whatever you like. And then I have 2 teaspoons, because I love vanilla extract. Pure vanilla extract really punches up the flavor of these. And a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Any type of vegetable oil you want. Could be coconut oil, could be canola oil. Ooh, I got a whiff of the vanilla. Yum, yum, yum. Really good. And this is beautiful. So now I'm going to add my dry ingredients into my wet ingredients without spilling it all over. Just put them right in. And this is where you don't want to mix too much. So I'm just going to do a light whisk. And then we're going to fold in 2, I like Granny Smith because they're firm. They're not going to fall apart in my hot oil. And I'm just checking my hot oil right now. And we are there, folks. We are at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm just going to whisk this in. So we're making basically a donut batter, but it's sort of an easy donut batter. I made this in less than a minute, okay? No rolling out, Nothing really, really hard to do. And if you really are like, oh, I really should make donuts with the kids, I really should do, these apple fritters are really, really, really hit the spot. So once you're ready, I take a rubber spatula and just get all the goody stuff that's in there in the whisk. Just get that out of there. And then we're going to fold in our apples. So I cut my apples between 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch cubes. And I did peel them. If you like the peel on, leave it. You can even do this with pear. That would be nice too. But this is just 2 Granny Smith apples. That's it. You could even do a pear and an apple. Ooh, shake it up a bit. See, and just put that in there. Fold it in. And now we're ready for the deep fat fryer. We're just going to use little scoopers full. I have a small ice cream scooper, and that's all we're going to do. And we're going to fry it until each of the little fritters is golden brown. All right. So here is a tip for you, and I'm going to get my drain, my paper towel drain area ready. And this is my spider. It's called the spider because it gets things out of the hot oil. And this is about where I want it. So I'm going to take this out and put it there so it just doesn't get in my way because I'm only making a small amount. I'm going to dip this in the oil, okay, because that's going to make releasing my first fritter that much easier. I'm going to put it in there. All right, look at it sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And we're going to let it go until it's nice and brown. And I just did a small pot, but you want to make sure you never leave the area. You don't walk away. You don't let your kids touch it. And you're just going to gently drop them in. I wouldn't do any more than maybe 4 for a size pot like this. This is a very, very tiny little pot. That's it. That is good. And we're going to fry them up, and we're going to drain them, and then we're going to put them in with some confectioner's sugar. And these will make as many as you want in a way because you can use a larger ice cream scooper. They'll take a little bit longer to fry, but I like the smaller ones. Oh, it just rotated itself. Thank you, friend. Right? And usually when they're ready to go, and you can see how much it puffed. Oh, look at how much it puffed. It's beautiful. Okay, now you got to turn over too, folks. There you go. There you go. Not totally brown yet. We're waiting. So the other thing you want to do when they come out, do a test. So cut open one. If you feel that it's not fully cooked through, you want to actually keep them in a little bit longer in the hot oil and make sure that this oil doesn't get too hot. You can always turn it down if it gets too hot. Because this induction, not everyone has an induction hot plate, but this is very, very, very efficient heat. It's very, very quick, and it really does the job. So I'm just going to keep those going. It may take a few minutes for you to get the nice brown color that you like. And then we're going to wrap these around some confectioner's sugar. And then I like to drizzle them with my homemade caramel sauce, which is a lot of fun. This is really a fun dessert. You could even serve it with ice cream. You could just serve it by themselves, piled high, or even at a party. So again, if you are really short for time, you're working, you're really crazy busy, and Hanukkah started late last week, but you want to get some donuts in and fry something in oil for the kids, this is really the way to go. These are awesome. Oh, they're getting dark. They're getting dark. We're getting there. We're getting there. This one looks like a little dragon. Like little spikes. Little spikes. All right, so you're going to keep flipping it. That one's got horns. Looks like like a little monster. So you're going to turn that around. And then eventually we're going to get them out of there. I'm going to grab a knife right now so we can cut into it so you can see what it looks like inside. Okay. So let it go for a minute. It can go for up to 2 minutes. Again, you don't want to put any water near these Water will spatter and could actually hurt somebody. So water and oil do not, when they say they don't mix, boy, are they not kidding. So keep everything separate, keep your hands dry, and make sure you're frying carefully. There's a lot of rules with frying. All right, so I am going to gingerly take one out. That looks the darkest. I think our little dragon looks like the darkest. I'm going to take one out. I'm going to leave the rest in there. And I'm just going to put it down and drain it. And then we're going to cut it open. And this is the moment of truth. If it's not done, then we have to keep it in a little bit longer. All right, see the center? Little gummy, little gooey. That's not done. So, but the outside is looking really beautiful. So we're going to discard that one, and we're going to keep the other ones in. I'm going to wash off my knife real quick, and we're going to keep those in for another several seconds to get done. And again, I'm going to wash this knife off and dry it thoroughly so I don't get spattered. I'm going to rotate this. The apples, see, they're getting even darker. So the apples are big chunks, and they're going to take a little time to fry. So I'm going to keep working here, and I'm going to show you what they're like. When they all come out, we'll douse them with confectioner's sugar. So I'll see you back. Seconds. I cut this one open, and you can see the only thing you see is little bits of apple. That is done through and through. So I'm just going to cover this in some confectioner's sugar, and you may have to use your fingers to really get it on there. But I'm going to take the other ones too. These are all done. I'm going to roll these, and I'm going to get these on a plate so we can serve them with some caramel sauce. And they should be served warm. You don't want to leave it, for several hours. These are really good as soon as you make them. So these are really, really good. So I'm going to try one, and then I'm going to keep on frying, like keep on trucking. And you could even save this batter and make it the next day, fresh. You can do whatever you want. These would almost be like a little breakfast donut. These would be really, really good. So let me try one. Let me just say, oh, they're so hot. Oh yeah, it's like a warm apple pie. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's like a warm apple pie. So now I'm going to show you how to serve. Oh wow. I'm going to give one to my videographer in a minute because she's going to go nuts. A little bit of caramel sauce. You're going to drizzle it on. And you're going to say, delicious. Oh, wow. It's actually like a warm little apple pie. I hope you make these apple fritters. They're amazing. Make them this week for Hanukkah. Make them next week. Make them for New Year's. Make them anytime. They are excellent. And I would like for you to become a subscriber. I really would. Till next time.